Hey everyone, it's Alexa here. So today I thought that I would come on here and talk to you guys about something that has just recently happened in my life, and I'm just very excited about it. I'm going to be making a new series in my time on YouTube here. I'm not sure exactly what channel I'll put it on, but you'll know when it uploads to one of my two channels. So I'm going to be making a new series called Go Alexa or Alexa Goes. I kind of like Go Alexa, like with an exclamation point, a little bit more. I just feel like it's slightly more cute, and I can use that a lot. So I think I'm going to use that phrase, but if you have any suggestions like Alexa Travels or something like that that you'd like to share with me in the description box down below, I'd love for that. Suggestions always open for sure. So you're probably here because you saw the title of my video, and that is correct. You didn't blink twice, you're not hallucinating. You might be on shrooms, but I don't think so. I'm going to Japan. So that is my big announcement. I'm not going until June 2017 though. I have just been thinking about it for a long time in my life, and it's the place that I want to visit outside the country. So I'm going to talk to you about how I'm kind of getting started and just a little bit why I chose Japan. If you're kind of in the same boat as me and you're like, well, I really want to travel, but I'm not quite sure how to sit down and do it, and it's a long way away, a year away, and I still don't have flights, I don't have an Airbnb yet, I don't have like a hotel or anything. I am just in those kind of early stage months, so there's probably going to be like a lot of these like updates and stuff like that once I get down to the finalized date, and I'm going to be going for about 2 weeks. That is what I have planned for. That is what I asked off work for. So I'm going to allow myself 2 days to travel because when I originally like was planning this out, I was like, oh, yeah, I could just do 1 day, and I'm like, Alexa, they're a day ahead of you from where you are in Chicago to Japan. They're like, you know, they're this way, right? So alas, they are just far away at this point. And they are a day ahead. So I'm like, I have to give myself at least 2 days to travel. And what I'm thinking will be easier for me and cheaper in terms of flights and stuff like that is going to California first. And I'm not going to like spend time there. I don't think. I might have just a tiny bit of a layover or something like that. But I'm going to just hop on a plane to California and then hop on a plane to Japan, because it seems like $2,000 is a lot to spend on a round trip ticket when I can just get under $100 ticket to California and then maybe a $500 ticket to Japan to California. I just thought that would be easier, or I might even do Hawaii, like do California, Hawaii to Japan. I haven't really thought about it yet, but I'm going to talk to you a little bit of why I chose Japan first, and then why I'm kind of planning. And this video is not kind of planned. I did pull some things here. That's what I'm like touching if you hear stuff down here. But you guys know how I ramble. So I'll try to make this as quick and as easy as possible. I'm not sure how to do timestamps yet, but I will kind of have a general in the description box down below in case you are wondering why and where you want to begin. So if you are in kind of the same boat as me, if you are planning a trip to anywhere and you're not quite sure, like especially if it's like a year away, if it's not like a month or two away where you're kind of like, oh, I want to do this thing and you have the opportunity, so I'm going to go. But I need this time to plan and to save money and to just gather all my thoughts and just brush up on my Japanese and stuff like that. So let's hop on in. So it is June 2017. Oh my goodness, it's June 2017. So I have 1 year from basically now. I'm planning to leave on the 7th or the 6th. I haven't really decided yet. I might leave like the night of the 6th and just travel to California and then blah 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 blah. But anyway, so why did I choose Japan? It all started in 5th grade with my art teacher, Mrs. Kirby, and she was amazing, and she taught us all these, excuse you sir, she taught us all these amazing different art techniques and stuff like that, and then she introduced us to the manga style, which was like the Americanized version at the time. I learned that's what she taught us how to do, and I was enthralled. So it all started in 5th grade, and I loved it, and I loved you know, the style, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I discovered anime, and you know, it just kind of took off from there. So when I got to high school, my high school actually offered Japanese, so I took that for about 3.5 years. I didn't take it for the full 4 because it was really, really hard, and I really loved my sensei. I thought she was amazing, and I really don't want to talk bad about her, but I just feel like there was so much going on in her life because she did have a baby while teaching my classes in high school, and I just feel like she didn't teach us everything that we should have known or could have known. I just scored very low on like the test. I was able to make it to the 4th year, and the first day of the 4th year, like 2 people in my class turned to me and they're like, why are you in this class? And I was like, okay, first of all, that's really mean and rude. Second of all, I love the language. I appreciate the language. It's easier for me because I do draw, and I feel like the writing it is very, very fun. I don't understand the kanji. I know what like going to and like leaving, and I know what eating and drinking look like, but that is about it. I know some colors, like if I see them, I know what black and like white and like very, very basic stuff. I know how to say watashi wa name wa Alexa desu, or arakusa, whatever you want to say it like that. But I know how to ask where is the toilet. I know can I ask for your telephone number? Like I know very basic sentences in Japanese. So I have a feeling that I can get by in Japan, and I've always wanted to visit. We had an exchange program where students would come and visit for a year, and then we would go there for like 2 weeks, or like the host families and like stuff like that. But I never had the opportunity to host a Japanese exchange student, and I never had the opportunity to actually go to Japan. A lot of my friends did, which was really awesome, and I was so jealous of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, you bring me back all the Pocky, because I was like, Pocky is life, but it really, it's junk food. But not knowing this as a weeby kid. But I still like anime. I don't watch it like on the reg. And shout out to Dominic for letting me use his Crunchyroll. I appreciate it, dude. This video is gonna be long. I can just feel it, so I apologize. I'll try to leave timestamps down below if I can do that for you. And so I'm working at this new salon, and a girl, she travels a lot there. She's one of the stylists, and she travels a lot there. And she just went to Europe for like 2 weeks. She like does the whole backpacking thing, which I don't think I'll be able to do, especially in Japan, because I want to like purchase some stuff. She said that she had gone to Japan, and she just kind of really jump-started like the whole idea. I'm like, I need to go. Like she was just talking about how fun it is and just how cool it is, and you know, I've been told from all my friends in high school just how amazing it is, and you know, this and that and this and that, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go. I'm like, this is going to be my goal for 2017, is to pay off all my debts and then go in 2018 and just have no regrets, see Tokyo, maybe Kyoto, and maybe Osaka. I really want to visit Sapporo, but I don't really want to like visit the cold, and I don't know. I'm sure it won't be cold when I go in June, but you never know. You never know. So I really want to visit the Tohoku region, but I'm not sure if I'll have the opportunity to go, because I'm basically planning my whole trip around like Shibuya and Ikebukuro and Harajuku, so that is where I'm kind of planning my stay around, and stuff like that, and just seeing all the sites there, and just, you know, not trying to condense everything into like 7 days, you know. I want to see it, I want to experience it. I feel like if I'm going, then I'm going to go for 2 weeks. You know, not a whole month, but not just 7 days or 4 days, or, you know, anything like that. So I know a little bit of the language. I've liked it for a very long time. So I've had my sights set on it for a while, and that's why I'm like, I'm gonna go. You know, I want to see Europe. I want to see South America. Definitely want to see like Southeast Asia and stuff like that. But I feel confident at this point in time going to Japan by myself. So if anybody who is my friend in real life has the opportunity to talk to me and is interested in going, then let me know. But at this point in time, and I'd like to travel with a female if possible, just because I know a lot of places don't take like males and females, or you have to be a couple and stuff like that. And the place I'm looking at the Airbnb, is they just take females pretty much, which is safe, definitely, for sure, and I appreciate it, and stuff like that. So I hope that answered why I want to go to Japan. You know, obviously to see it before I die. That's another big one. Not that I'm planning on dying anytime soon, but you never know. Okay, so what am I doing to prepare myself? So I have been binge watching like 25 amazing things to do in Tokyo, 5 things you have to try to eat in Tokyo, this and that and this and that. You know, I've been binge watching all of those, and I know a lot of them are repetitive because it's like Tsushigi Fish Market, or go see the Hachiko statue, go to the Shibuya crossing, but you know, those are big things. That's bothering you, sorry. Those are big things to do in Japan. So that is, you know, amazing thing. There are amazing things to do in Tokyo, just so many. Anyway, so I've been watching a lot of that, so every time I see something that interests me, I type it down on my Google Docs, because I've been having that open with me watching all the YouTube videos and stuff like that too. I made a board on Pinterest, so I've just been, I haven't read through any articles yet because I've been binge watching, and I made a playlist and I'm starting to add stuff. Especially if I'm watching in the car, I just add it to my Travel Japan if it definitely interests me and I'm like, oh, I have to rewatch this because they said something or I saw something that I wanted to do but I didn't have time to write it down in my Google Docs, because I want to print it out and get like a loose itinerary of what I'm doing, where I'm staying, like addresses and all that jazz, and you know, just to have it for me, you know, just in case I'm like, oh yeah, it's my last day in Japan and I didn't have, you know, gyoza yet or something like that, you know. So I just want to do that. And Pinterest has a lot of like really nice things. It's like 25 vegetarian and vegan restaurants in Japan, and I'm like, okay, I need this list, you know. So I need to like write that down and just go through all those. But so far those are like the 3 things online. So binge watching everything to do with Japan, even like learning Japanese videos, and then if you have like a Crunchyroll or Funimation or anything, or just like a free app or anything like that, I have been listening to Japanese without like the subtitles. And you know, you hear that, you're like, oh yeah, okasan, that means mom, or waka waka sanam is, you know, I'm excited, or you know, something like that. I rewatch a lot of Haikyuu, and a lot of it. So I've been watching without the subtitles, and I know what's going on at this point because this is like my 31st time like rewatching it, so you know, I know what's going on, so I don't really need the subtitles. But I've always like it's been at that point now where it's like I can watch it without the subtitles and understand, you know, loosely what's going on, but I still kind of need the subtitles because I don't know really what's going on. So I'm writing that fine line because I pick up like the words and stuff like that and the phrases, and you know, just by their body language and a lot of anime you can figure out what's going on. But so I'm doing a lot of that. So what I would suggest to you if you're traveling to another country is binge watch everything you can, read every article or type in things that you're interested in. Just try to plan out a loose itinerary. Like I said, if you're planning it like in a week or a month or even 4 months, this might not apply to you, but this is like a year in advance type of planning. So, you know, this may help you, may not. I never ever thought to do like the Google Docs thing, especially if somebody's going to travel with me. My mom was like, if you're not going to get somebody to travel with you, I'm going to go with you. And I'm like, I don't know if you'll actually like Japan, but we'll see. I also ordered a long time ago, I don't know if you guys remember me talking about this, and I don't know if I did too, but I ordered some, these are Japanese grades, or like they're like beginner books for elementary kids, and I believe I've written in at least one of them, but I have a hiragana thing on Tumblr. I'm going to print that out too and just kind of read that and then go through these books and stuff like that. Also, if you have the either on your telephone or on your iPad, I would pick up the Google Translate, download the Japanese file, and then use the camera function if you're not sure. I saw that from watching just one of those Japanese videos that it's like, you know, Google Translate does get a bad rep, but the camera function is really good, especially if you're trying to read something and you're not quite sure what it is. And I'm like, it's going to be really helpful when I go to Japan because I don't understand a lot of kanji. And a lot of katakana I'm not like too familiar with anymore. I totally forgot how to write my name, which I used to write my name everywhere, like not like graffiti style or anything like that. But so those are some things that are helping me. I'm going to start downloading on my iPad and on my telephone are things like the apps that help you speak Japanese and the writing in the game apps with the Japanese speaking and stuff like that. So for speaking and understanding, I think this is going to be great. And then the apps and Google Translate camera function is going to be really helpful for me. Speaking of like planners and stuff like that, so just right now I have my new Happy Planner. Of course you can get whatever planner you like, but this is the new one I got for 2017-18. Flights are only going up to like May, some of them, or some of them are only going up to February at this point. And so I have to do that a little bit maybe in like the new year and just, you know, really figure that out and just book all that then. And I feel like I'll have a little bit more money saved up by then too, so it'll be fine. But so I just wanted to show you, I just have this outlined in pink, and if you're a sticker person, go for the stickers. And then when I was by the stationery in Michael's, I found this. Not sponsored, by the way, but I thought that this was really cool. This is like a handheld Google document. So I'm like, okay, well, if I can't access the internet, which I have, let me just pull that up real fast, but we'll go over this guy first. So it's in my drive, and I am sure I can get it on my iPad and on my telephone. So I have it in a document called Japlanning. I can't take credit for the name. I saw Pixelland and one other person talk about this, but Pixelland, which I'll link her video on it because it was pretty helpful, about like Google Documents and stuff like that, especially if you're going with one or like with two or more people. This is really, really nice. So actually we'll talk about Google Documents first. So I have Japlanning, planning my trip to Japan, and I'm reading it obviously if you guys couldn't tell. And then I have it like broken up into sections right now at the moment. Getting started, my number one thing to do is, this is just kind of like loosely too, but definitely number one for me is to get a passport. I've never been outside the country. I don't have an updated passport or anything like that, so I definitely need to get a passport. So that is number one thing. And then Airbnb, book the place, obviously, ticket to California and ticket to Japan. Those are all things I'm probably, like I said, gonna have to do around the new year or closer to when I actually leave. Although I want to get the place secured and everything like that soon, but we'll see. It says currency exchange, because I've been told that Japan is a cash society. Save money, that's in all caps. Download all apps needed. So I'm gonna download all those apps. I heard train apps are especially helpful too, but maybe we'll get more into that when it's like, you know, nitty-gritty actual planning and doing things. This is just me explaining what I'm doing to help myself get there. I've heard pocket Wi-Fi is needed because there's really not a lot of free Wi-Fi spots, unless you go to like cafes and you like kind of have to pay for, you know, like the Starbucks thing and all that jazz. So I'm definitely gonna get a pocket Wi-Fi, I think. So just in case I'm on a shrine or on top of a mountain, I can still have Wi-Fi with me at all times. And if it's just me going, there's not gonna be an issue. A JR pass, which is like a train pass, although I heard you had to have a visa for that, so I have to look into that because I don't think I need a visa to go there for 2 weeks, but I'll have to see. So, you know, I'm gonna put in here visa question mark. And then I put cash again. That should just be moved up to the currency exchange. I was just watching videos and just writing, you know, furiously. So cash, visa question mark, and then I have a power board question mark. I do have power boards, but they're only for the America plugs. So I think I can order them at Amazon. We have to see, but that's something I can do now. Pocket Wi-Fi, I think I can do now, although I have to see. So there's a lot of things I can do now, but we just have to figure it out, really, basically. And then it's what I'd like to do in Japan, Tokyo, really. I put the beach, although I'm not sure if you can access the beach in Tokyo, but I don't see how you couldn't. So maybe you have to travel just like a little bit outside of Tokyo, but definitely I'd like to visit the beach in Japan. Not that I've heard they're like Caribbean, you know, sparkling waters or anything like that, but I think it would be really fun to visit the beach in Japan. And then Tokyo Disneyland, and I have C and like parentheses. Is that called parentheses? They're not quotations, they're parentheses. Yeah. And I have C in the parentheses question mark because I've heard that Tokyo Disneyland is more geared towards like little kids, like baby kitties. But C is more adult, but everything is said in Japanese, obviously. So it might just be kind of a culture shock when I go there. But I have that, you know, as a question mark. Do I really want to go there? I've been to Disney World, but we'll see. I have Skytree, and I have parentheses, see it, but not go in it. Because it's expensive, and I just feel like the view is nice, but I am terrified of heights. I don't go in the Sears Tower, I don't go in the John Hancock building or the Willis Tower, you know, I don't do any of that. So I think that I'll just take a picture of it and it'll be fine. I have the same for the Tokyo Tower too. So Skytree and Tokyo Tower are both like see but not go in. I have the Shinjuku, Ikebukuro, and Harajuku. Like definitely that's what I want to go there for. I'm not super fashionable like Pixie Locks or Charlotte in Japan, but it's obviously a hotspot. Like Gyoen National Garden. I'm sorry if my pronunciations are bad. I did take Japanese, like I said, but it's been a while since I've spoken, you know. I want to visit an onsen. I'm not sure if there's any specifically in Tokyo, but I'm sure I definitely could find one. It's, you know, contrasted to the Tokyo one, but I'm like, I don't know. Well, we will see. And then I have a maid cafe, an owl cafe, Kawai monster cafe, but I have that in question marks because strobe lights do bother me. I can't say this word, I'm so sorry. I'm not epileptic or anything like that. They just bother me. When we saw the Blue Man Group, I was in like 3rd grade and I just remember it bothering me. I didn't really tell my parents because I was like, this was a really fun experience, but I felt sick afterwards. So I really want to see it, but at the same time I'm like, I don't want to get sick in Japan. I don't know, but I just love Gyaru, and I really want to go. So if that still exists when I go there, I really want to go. The Ueno Park, I want to visit there. Definitely a cat cafe. I was like, how could I forget this? I want to visit the Pokemon Center. Anyone will do, or all of them will do. It doesn't matter to me. And the Hachiko statue, and then I put like Shibuya Crossing because it's basically it's like right there, I believe. So I'm like, I can just do both of those. And then I have also like a question mark, is sumo? I really respect the art and I like to see it, and I think that it's very traditional, and it's not something that I've ever seen before. It's not something that's shown on TV at all, and there's nothing like that in Chicago. So I'd like to see like sumo, but I don't know if I'll have like time or if there will be any matches when I go. So things I like to do in Japan, and then I have like dash everywhere else because I want to do these things there, but I'm not sure. And I have Sea Mount Fuji, obviously, and then the Nara Deer Park, which I'm gonna add more because there is a couple places in Kyoto, like it starts with an F, but I can't say it very fast. But basically the beautiful Inari Shrine, like the really, really big one that takes like 2 hours to get to the top. That's the one I want to see. And then I want to see like the Moss Forest. I think that would be just eerie and beautiful. So I'm kind of like, do I start like up at the top and then, you know, go down on my way? Because I really want to see Okinawa too. But I'm like, I'm like, that's a lot of like traveling. So, because I like to spend the most time in Tokyo, but we'll see. I think I might just take a day trip, if I could, to Kyoto, or just stay there for like one night or something like that. But we will have to figure that out later. Anyway, and then the last thing I have right now is just food in Japan. I have, it's all junk food basically. Ramen, crepes, gyoza, and then McDonald's and capitals. So I'm so sorry that this video is so long. Oh my god, we're almost at 40 minutes. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you guys are still here. But basically this is like the handheld version. So I'm going to write down, but first I want to show you. It says be brave enough to dream and strong enough to act. And that I just think is very cute. The only thing, I just wish this was like bigger. Of course I'm going to do a packing list because I love lists, obviously. I'm making them Google Docs, and I'm having a handheld one, and this was only like $2, so I'm like, I don't really feel bad about buying this. And I could put this in a binder if I like to, with like my planner and stuff like that too. My planner is really cool because it has like, it's broken down by weeks, and it's broken down by days. It's broken down also by morning, like afternoon and evening. So, and then you have like notes and stuff like that too. So that's why I do like the Happy Planners. And they're big enough for me, but they're also compact too, if that makes sense. This is a lot of stuff in here that I never even really thought of, so I'm really, really glad I picked this up because I could add this to my Google Docs or obviously have a handheld version of it. So it just has your packing list, like your clothing, your toiletries, your medical, which is kind of important if you are allergic to stuff like me, or if you have, like, you're probably going to bring medication with you. Documents, electronics, and miscellaneous. So never even thought about like the medical and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I thought about bringing my pills, but you know, this is really good. So I never even thought about that. And then it talks about budget and stuff like that too, which is really, really nice. It has transportation, hotel, food, activities, souvenirs, and other. So your budget and stuff like that. And then it has travel expenses and stuff like that. So I might just keep track of that when I go, actually. So I can keep a record of that for like taxes and stuff like that. And like receipts and stuff like that. And then it has like places I want to visit. So this is where I'm going to put like my place I'm staying in case I get lost and I can't remember the address, or you know, it's in Japanese and you know, I just need it really fast, or you know, my Wi-Fi crashes. You know, you just never know. So there's a lot of pages of this. And then it has like travel plans, to see, to eat, to stay. It's got by day and stuff like that. And then it has a lot of these travel logs, which I wish, it's basically the rest of the book. On the last page it has notes, and I wish like more of it was bigger, but I think this just kind of gives you like a loose idea, and it's fairly tiny and compact, and you can just fill it up with stickers, which I think I'm going to fill this up with stickers. But it talks about favorite foods, the weather, best moment, favorite sights. So, you know, I could fill this book up a lot, and just in case I'm like, oh yeah, I saw, you know, I saw a deer today, and you know, they're said to be messengers of the gods, and it was just so cool. Or you know, the sushi was like the best I've ever had in my whole life, or you know, something like that. So I think that is about all the information I have for you right now about what I am doing to plan my trip in a year. I feel like I look tired, more tired than I already am. But I have been rambling for 42 minutes and 43 seconds at the moment, so I'm going to stop right here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any suggestions or like hidden places that I should visit in Japan, let me know. I'm considering going to Golden Gai. I really want to. I think that's really cool, but I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't know, you know, more than polite phrases and things to get me where I need to go in Japan to understand, like, yes, I'd like one Malibu and Coke, please. Do they even have Malibu in Japan? Who knows? I do kind of like loosely planning my itinerary and everything I want to do, and then just gonna figure out from there, which I think will be fine. So, not sure if I'm gonna get to Kyoto or Tohoku or Sapporo or Okinawa this time, but definitely Tokyo. Definitely Tokyo. But I don't really want to stay in someplace super bougie. I'm like okay with staying at like, or sharing a bed with somebody at this point. I'm like, whatever gets me there, like the stay there the cheapest, because I'm not gonna really be there during the day, I don't think. Or if you know somebody and like they like to host me for a day, let me know. I feel like we could definitely work it out, but you just let me know, girl. But I hope I did not bore you too much, and I hope this gave you some information if you're, like I said, if you're like me in the same boat, you're just kind of like, well, I want to go here, but you know, not too sure where to start. So I've definitely started like planning and writing everything down, and everything now is just up to time, saving up money, and actually booking everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!